Netcasts you love.
From people you trust.
This is TWiT.
Audio bandwidth for the Weekly Daily GizWiz is provided by Winamp. Subscribe to the Weekly Daily GizWiz and all your favorite podcasts with the ultimate media player. Download it for free at winamp.com. Video bandwidth for the Weekly Daily GizWiz is provided by Cashfly at CACHEFLY.com. It's time for the Weekly Daily GizWiz with Mad's maddest writer, Dick DeBartolo. This is episode 1314, recorded May 14th, 2011, from The Hardware Show. The Weekly Daily GizWiz is brought to you by Audible.com. To download the free audiobook of your choice, go to audible.com/GizWiz. And by Netflix. Watch thousands of TV episodes and movies streamed to your PC, Mac, or TV instantly. Plus, get DVDs by mail in about one business day. For your free 30-day trial, go to netflix.com/twit.
And now, get ready for Dick. Well, a good day, everybody. Time once again for the Weekly Daily GizWiz. It's a good thing we're weekly because this week, Dick was tied up all week long in Las Vegas. How'd you get out of those ropes?
I paid dearly, let me tell you about it.
You were at the hardware show?
The hardware show and the new product show and the outdoor living show and the backyard show and the build-your-own brick show. You'd be interested in that.
Yes, we would. Yes, we would. I should. Okay, we can announce it now. We finally got the Buy a Brick program going for the TWiT Brick House. And you know what? If you wanted to buy a brick, you could, but I wouldn't make you.
Oh, you mean me personally?
Yeah, hint, hint.
That they're already taking 8 bricks out of my monthly check. Isn't that enough?
If you go to bricks.twit.tv, so it's a fundraiser. You know, ballparks do this. They do a fundraiser. So we got 3 different things you can get for $128. You can get this, the 4x8 brick. It's just a standard brick. And I think there's 2 lines of 15 characters each. So you could say, you know, like for instance, you could say Dick DeBartolo and then underneath it at The GizWiz?
The GizWiz.
Yeah, you can promote your Twitter handle or your Facebook page. Then we have a square one that has 4 lines. So you could do Dick DeBartolo at The GizWiz, Facebook.com/GizWiz, YouTube.com/Maddest, that kind of thing. But if you wanted to have your logo, because you have a custom logo with your mustache, then you could also get the 8x8. When we do make it available for a slightly higher fee, you could have your logo on that too. Now there's only going to be 2.
So far, I'm in for about $1,200 because I want my logo.
You want all of them.
I want all.
But think of it; it all goes to a good cause. It's not a nonprofit, so it's not tax deductible. I do want to say that, but I think it's a good cause, and then we're going to put that on the wall of shame, right?
Oh, okay. How much for a load-bearing beam? Maybe I want.
We should auction those off. But what if we didn't sell them? Then we'd have problems. We are going to auction off some other stuff. I think we're going to have naming rights for the My Studio, not the whole cottage, but just My Studio, things like that.
Wow. Okay.
Because it's expensive. Turns out it's a little more expensive than we thought.
Well, my rent just went to over $2,000. So
what?
Yes.
Really?
Yeah.
You're not. I thought you were in a rent-controlled apartment.
No, I'm in a rent-controlled apartment, but not Disneyland Studio. So I will be selling those 3x5 index cards.
Oh, dear.
That will magnetically be attached to my front door.
So, yeah, I mean,
But I'll wait till you sell enough bricks.
A laser-engraved brick, you're going to be there. It's a permanent thing. But for an index card, it should be a little less because, you know, it could only last a day or 2 depending on how long before the super
The wind and the rain.
Yeah. Let's just check in, see how it's going in the brick TWiT house. Yeah, pretty quiet. not much going on at all. There's nobody there.
No, I think the saw used to be about a foot to the left.
They've moved the saw.
And there's
a table there now.
Yeah. And you know what? The guy sleeping under the ladder, he must be out getting coffee. So a lot going on there.
I got an email from a contractor in Toronto who said, I can't watch.
Well, he can't watch because why?
Well, I think he's depressed.
That's not enough. I see. Okay.
He says, I am a contractor in Toronto. I had to stop watching your live camera because, first of all, nobody's wearing any safety gear. And second of all, it's taking so damn long. He said, what the hell's going on? Who's doing this job? But I had to point out.
Yes.
I'll read it. This is from Joe Serino. He says, I've been watching the slow progression of the construction of the TWiT brick house, and I don't have the heart to watch anymore. I've been a tradesman in Toronto for over 35 years as a site super, many trade shows as well, and this project seems to be progressing in slow motion. I couldn't help but notice the lack of safety equipment, i.e. safety shoes, hard hats, etc. I would have never gotten away with that up here. Also, the lack of direction by someone overseeing the entire project. Well, wait a minute. We got a table. See, there's a table with blueprints on it. Somebody uses that.
Yeah.
The day sure goes by with little done. Good luck, Joe.
Now, those aren't blueprints. That's the current issue of Mad.
There's blueprints. Now, you got to understand, this spy cam only sees a fraction of the total TWiT brick house.
Yeah. Well, that's right.
There's stuff going on to the left and right. There's hundreds of people working constantly. Maybe.
Is that what that noise is in the background?
Can you hear that?
It was crickets.
I thought it was crickets too. No, it's Saturday. They don't work on Saturday.
Yeah.
Apparently they don't work Monday through Friday either, but that's another matter.
No, but Sunday, watch out.
Watch out. Stand by. Anyway, I do. You know what? We just put these bricks on sale today, and already we've sold 4. So it's moving.
Wow.
Stand back. No, I think this is kind of fun. If it's not, it's partly just to give people some, pride of ownership, so their names there on the wall.
Yes, absolutely. It's a TWiT family.
Yeah, when they come, they can come visit their brick. They can bring donuts, flowers.
Light a candle in front of your brick. What will that cost?
Candles are expensive. Candles are not cheap. Yeah, I don't want a lot of candles in the entryway anyway.
Yeah, no, you're right. You're right.
So today we're going to have gadgets from the hardware show. I'm going to show you something I got from another trade show. Pretty cool.
Oh, good.
Pretty cool. We'll visit the Gadget Warehouse. We have a contest, too.
And the Gadget Warehouse is the most newly inducted gadget from a trade show. So it's trade show wall to wall. And don't do the brick thing again. I'll use a different.
Don't say wall. It hurts when you say wall.
Don't say wall.
Yeah. Well, let's start with gadget number 1, Dick DeBartolo from Las Vegas. What do you got?
Okay, from the folks at Night Eyes. You may know the name Night Eyes. They both made something you and I have with us all the time, the Inca pen.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so Night Eyes, the guy, Rick Case there is just amazing. He just loves gadgets. He said, I said, Rick, you have a business card? And he said, oh, yeah, let me get out my knapsack. His knapsack has flashlights and bungee cords. And I said, Rick, if there's ever an emergency, can I be with you? Because I never saw so much equipment in a knapsack. He said, I carry everything my company makes. And one of the things they make is the Innova 24/7. Now, this light has been around for a while, but it has been taken over by Night Eyes and retooled, and it can do a bunch of things.
These are LED flashlights.
LED lights, and let's see. I thought I sent you the link to the demo there.
Yeah, I have it here.
Oh, yeah, click on 24/7.
Okay.
And what it is, the outer bezel. And as you turn the bezel, you just click on any of those arrows, and you can see that it can do blinking, it can do emergency, it can send SOS, it can do the official SOS sign. You have a high beam and a low beam for reading or for projects. And also what's neat about it is included in the kit is every conceivable way to use or carry the 24/7. There's a headband, there's a belt clip, there's a magnetic mount, so if you get stuck in the car and you want to change the tire, it's focusable, so you can have it aim in the direction you want. There's a lanyard for the neck. It's really a well worked out system. And it's a really neat little thing that I can probably show you because it's not that bright. If you set the light between any two segments, every 5 seconds, it'll blink red. And that's the find me. Now it probably won't show up. It's the find me mode, so that if you can't remember where you put your little light in 5 seconds, we should be seeing it, but we're not. You can find the light.
So if you don't, you have to set that? I don't understand. When does it go into that mode? Just because you haven't touched it?
You see, as you turn the little bezel, every click is a different mode.
Yeah.
But if you leave it between two modes, it automatically go into the find me mode. And that's if you're in the tent at night and you wake up and you want the light.
Right.
You wait 5 seconds and you see the little blinking red light.
Blinks a little bit every
yeah, a real quickie.
Gosh.
Meant to be seen in the dark. And the list price is $50. Again, Leo, it is just bizarre how people sell objects. I found it for $65. Now the list is $49.95. It's on the web for $65, but if you search Amazon, you can find it for $41.95 or so. So
shop around, in other words.
Shop around.
Now, are the accessories, you have to buy them separately?
No, all the accessories are in the box.
It comes with all of that.
Everything.
Well, that's a pretty good deal because you got a neck lanyard, a headband, a wall mount, a magnetic mount.
Headband, the wall mount, the magnetic mount,
and
the
then
belt flip.
It comes in black or yellow. I think you'd want the yellow, though, so you could find it.
Yeah, absolutely. It looks very official. They should be wearing those as they walk around the brick TWiT house.
They'll be flashing SOS the whole time.
Yes. No, I think it's saying buy a brick. Buy a brick.
Buy a brick. Buy a brick. Buy a brick. INOVALIGHT.com. It's from Night Eyes. And that is gadget numero uno. Let's take a break now. I was going to do it later.
Yeah.
But I'm so excited because I just got word that Netflix, which runs on iPads and iPhones, runs on your Xbox 360, it runs on your PlayStation 3, it runs on your Nintendo Wii. I have to say, most Blu-ray players now, many TV sets, Roku boxes, and I just got word that they've added Android phone compatibility. It's coming out on a number of Android phones. You have an Evo? It's running on your Incredible. Yep. I think this is so cool. The Evo, the Incredible, the Nexus 1, the Nexus S. I can't remember the models. And of course, more models will come soon. So now, and by the way, Eileen showed it to me on her Nexus S. It looks good. It looks maybe a little better than on the iPad. It's amazing. I guess it's that great screen. So if you don't know about Netflix yet, you got to go to netflix.com/twit. Most people have heard of it because it's DVDs by mail in as little as one business day, and you create a queue. I have the 5-disc subscription, so I have 5 discs at home. You create a queue, and when you're finished with one disc, there's never any late fee. Take your time, but when you're finished with it, you mail it back, and then in the prepaid mailer, the little red envelope, everybody knows, and then they'll send you the next one on your list, and the next one, and the next one. It's pretty cool. But now I got to say, I just use Netflix Watch instantly almost all the time. I have an instant queue, but that's even kind of silly. Because all you do is you go on your device, your Android phone, your iPhone, your iPad, and browse the movies. There's just tons of movies all the time, whatever you're in the mood for. I was in a little bit of a rom-com mood last night, so you see I watched 4 Weddings and a Funeral, an old favorite. But then when you watch a movie, it then makes recommendations. Oh, if you like that, you'll like this. Here's some classic feel-good comedies, sci-fi and fantasies. New movies. There's always new movies being added to the Watch Instantly queue. New TV shows, too, and I'm really excited about that. They've got Battlestar Galactica. They've got Glee. They've got The Twilight Zone. Alfred Hitchcock Presents. Phineas and Ferb. This is good for kids, too, You want to kill some time, your kids are getting a little antsy, haul out the iPad or the iPhone or the Android phone and fire up a little Phineas and Ferb or some Rugrats, and they'll be happy. Or mom and dad can watch something. Some great stuff. Look at all these. Super Size Me. Have you seen that? This guy decides to eat nothing but McDonald's food for a month.
I did not. Did you watch it?
All his hair falls out. Don't watch it. It's depressing. I was going to go on the McDonald's diet. Look, categories all.
Oh, I thought you were.
Yeah, all the categories you could possibly want, including, and I have to say, a lot of documentaries, special interests, sports and fitness, stuff that you probably wouldn't find in the old days in your store. If you're into Banksy, Exit Through the Gift Shop, pretty amazing documentary about Banksy. I think it was nominated for, I know it was nominated for an Academy Award, but where were you going to see that? You can't, they don't show in the movie theaters, which is where you can see it on Netflix. And by the way, this is recommended because I like The Big Lebowski, being John Malkovich in A Clockwork Orange. They figure, you're a crazy man. You might like Exit Through the Gift Shop. Great comedies, too. Oh, Groundhog Day. Love that. I could watch that over and over. Oh, wait a minute. I think I did. Netflix.com/twit. Try it free for 30 days. And folks, I know many of you already have a Netflix subscription, but don't forget, you could tell your friends and family about it. Your mom, your dad, people who don't know about Netflix yet, and make them very happy. Netflix.com/twit. We thank them for their support of the Daily GizWiz. We thank, frankly, anybody who supports the Daily GizWiz. Each and every one of you, we thank you. Now, Dick, gadget number 2.
Gadget number 2, we take you to the floor of the National Hardware Show for this video demonstration.
I can't wait. Let me just turn on the sound. Well, that was fun. Let's see that. Yeah. Let's see that again.
Hey, I'm here with a neat little gadget, 1-2 flush. It's an entire kit for under 30 bucks. And for the average family, you can save 10,000 gallons of water a year. I'm going to show you how simple it is with the help of my friend Mackenzie here. Now, your present toilet has this kind of a flapper. We don't want this. We don't want this. We throw this out. You can do this, by the way, in the toilet. You don't take the bowl off. You don't take the tank off the wall. Nothing like that. Mackenzie's going to show us. You take this little device. It's in the box. Push it in until you hear a click. I heard the click. Now, since she's the GizWiz person, she's going to use an electric screwdriver to screw that down. It's done. Now she takes the cartridge, puts that in place, locks it in. That's set, and then it comes with its own handle. Now, what's neat about the handle is, I'm going to talk in medical terms here, okay? If you do number 1, you push it this way, and it flushes with half the amount of water. If you do number 2, you push it this way, and you get a regular flush. It's really neat. The entire kit, as I said, under 30 bucks, and this is what it looks like, and it is called the Dual Flush Toilet Kit. Okay, Dick DeBartolo, the GizWiz. I'm going to just take this home with me and save. I'll use it on the airplane. I can save water on the plane. Bye.
And of course, for union reasons, Mackenzie never said anything because we'd have had to pay her scale if she'd said a word.
Correct. That's correct. I said, if you say one word, you'll owe me money. She said, is that how the union works? I said,
yeah, you pay us.
Yeah, exactly. I said, if you want to talk, it'll be $50. She's like, I'll just stay.
Let me understand this. The whole thing is just so that you can have the two-way knob.
Well, also, those flappers are notorious for, after a while, letting water
we have a leaky flapper
seep through.
Yeah, we have
so
a leaky
it eliminates
flapper.
that.
Yeah.
And it also, but that's actually very important, is to be able to cut the flush by 50%. And as I said, for under 30 bucks, it's really easy to do. And it should last a long.
You know that Kohler toilet that we were talking about the other day that opens up?
Yes.
We're talking to Kohler about having it for the grand opening party at the TWiT Brick House.
Are you kidding?
And we're going to put it. Roger, we're still talking to Kohler, right?
Yeah, he needs to get in the mix too, because we got an email back from Kohler saying, "Oh, we've been talking to Dick."
So they say they've been talking to you. Are you getting one too?
No, but I told them that, I was going to do this on the show. Yeah,
so they know. Yeah, so we're working on it. I can't promise you, but if you'd like to take a dump in the middle of our party, you'll be able to. And the music will play and everything.
Yeah, and you're going to have an all-glass enclosure like in the commercial, right?
Just like the commercial.
Yeah, you say, hey, wait a minute, so-and-so's going to use the bathroom. Stop the music. Let's all face the glass cubicle.
No. I don't think it will be functional. I think we're just going to use it as a conversation
As a punch
piece.
bowl.
As a punch bowl. There you go. That's what we'll do.
Yeah. You know, it'll really cut down on the amount of champagne
we'll put the
you
good
have to
stuff in
serve.
there. Exactly.
Yeah, you want champagne? Just take it out of the toilet.
So what is the name of this thing again?
Okay, it's called 12Flush. It's at 12flush.com.
12flush.com.
And again, I did a web search on Amazon, and someone there is selling it for like 24 and change. So it's pretty nifty.
Is it 12, the number 12, like 12?
Oh, yeah, I'm sorry. It's ONE and then the numeral 2.
Oh, I don't think I would have guessed that one. Okay.
Yeah.
One.
And that isn't even the one you're supposed to guess.
I was trying all the ones in the middle there. Okay, so it's
Sorry.
ONE, the number 2, FLUSH.com. I think that's a good idea. A lot of newer toilets have that, and I see a lot of toilets in Europe have that too. Where you know
what they're working on. The guy said, I'm sure I'm not telling anything out of school because they had a mock-up of it there. But he said, Dick, at next year's hardware show, they're introducing a toilet with its own overflow valve that is installed in a slightly different way, so that instead of the toilet overflowing into your living room, the excess water goes down this secondary drain until you. What's the matter?
I hate it when my toilet overflows into the living room.
Oh, yeah. Well, where else do you?
I guess if you've got the toilet in the living room.
Well, I have a small apartment. Okay, I don't have a big house
No,
like
yeah,
you.
right.
Yeah.
Well, that's what happens when your kitchen's in the bathroom. You got to put the toilet somewhere.
Exactly.
So, good. Well, yeah, because we actually had a little plumbing incident here at the cottage the other day.
Oh, did you have it upstairs? And
no, down here, in the one down here, and ankle deep.
Oh my word! Oh my word!
And then I got out of the toilet, and it was not so bad. But and I was screaming. But see, it's kind of in the back there, so nobody could hear me, or maybe they just thought it was part of the show. Help!
Wow.
Help! Get the plumber!
Yeah.
And then I came running through TNT. I said, "Does anybody have a plunger?" They didn't take too well to that either.
Oh, come on! You're the boss there. They cannot knock anything you do.
That's right. Damnation! You're darn tootin'.
I'm 3,000 miles away. I can get away with it.
Tootin'. I got a brick, and I'm not afraid to use it. All right, gadget.
Hey, wait! That's my brick.
Hey. Gadget numero 3.
Okay, now you know this, but other people may not know that some people go to trade shows with an idea for a gadget. Now, I was walking by this booth, and the guy said, "Here, I want to give you something." I said, "What the heck is it?" And he explained what it was, and I said, "When will it be on sale?" And he said, "Perhaps never." He said, what we're doing here is we are finding out if people think this is a good idea.
Oh, so that's a great idea.
I'm playing this with you and the chat room. And if you go to GizWiz.Biz, just a photo of it will come up. Now, so all I could guess was, because of the tabs, was that it folded in some fashion. Now, so Leo, what do you think?
This is like a mini "What the heck is it" contest.
Yeah, it's like a mini "What the heck is it?" And then you take some guesses, let the chat room guess, and then I'll tell the guy to watch, and people will tell us if they think this is something they would care about or buy. It's not a cheese grater, it's not a pasta strainer. Leo, what do you think it might be? Filing cabinet accessory? No.
Boy, I have no idea what that is.
No, okay. Belly button lint trap? No. I'll show you. There's tabs on the bottom.
Yeah.
Okay.
Is it metal?
And there's hooks on the top.
Is that metal or plastic?
It's plastic.
Oh, it's plastic.
Plastic.
It's kind of flexible too.
Flexible?
Oh, I know what it is.
Go ahead.
It's a wire loom.
No. Maple syrup tapper? No.
No. So it's not something you would put wires around to wrap them up?
No. Okay.
How about an underwear dryer? I like that one.
I'm going to show it to you more in its. Let me just put these tabs together.
And you're going to assemble it.
I'm going to show you more basically what it would look like when it was closer to being. This is what it would be. You looked like just about before you could use it. That help you in any way?
A cod piece? I don't know. What is it? I don't know. I don't know. What is that?
Okay.
I give up. You've totally baffled me.
I guess it's.
Is it an iPad stand?
Bizarre than. What did you think?
An iPad stand?
Oh, well, you know what? The chat room's starting to get it. They're saying a cup holder. So this is called Car Cool, KAR-Cool. The object they hope to sell is that you attach this with the two little clips at the top to one of the air conditioned vents in your car.
Oh.
Then when you get a can of soda or something, or beer if you're the passenger, you put it in there, and as your car is air conditioned, you will also have a cold beverage as you travel. Okay.
I wonder how much it would cool it, though.
You know, that is interesting. I don't know. I don't know. And, you know, there's no website. The company is called Aeropro, ERAPRO.
That's a terrible name.
It's a Canadian company. If you go there,
I'm errorprone.com. Errorpro?
Yeah, they make little plastic sleds and stuff. And the guy said, Dick, we're in the plastics industry. We thought, let's make a bunch of these. Take them to the hardware show.
I think that's a product, because the chat room is telling us that people in the chat room are saying, yes, we hold up our soda to the air conditioning vent when we're driving to cool it off. So this is something people are already doing.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Someone said typical Canadian. What does that mean?
Hey, I've got an idea, for keeping beer cool. You put it in the. That's what it's really for, isn't it? It's a beer chiller.
Well, it's a beer chiller if you're the passenger. Oh, we call it pop in Canada. Soda is pop in Canada. Anyway, so there's a gadget that may have a future. The Car Cool. And later on, after your turn to turkey pick, I'm going to do something at CES that when I got home and reread what it was, I thought, what? And you'll see that as the newest induction into Dick's Gadget Warehouse.
You've seen movies that go straight to video. This is a gadget that goes straight to the warehouse.
Straight to the warehouse.
All right.
Exactly.
Would you do the honors? Because I am ready with my turn the table turkey.
Oh, yeah. Okay. You know, it's the weekly daily GizWiz, and people cheered because they said there'll be no more crappy Turn the Table Tuesday. And there isn't. It's now a crappy Turn the Table Turkey.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, turn the table turkey. And now, ladies and gentlemen, I've got to turn the table turkey. Dick, I'm going to hold this up. You do this to me, so I'm going to do it to you.
Yeah.
And I want you to tell me what it is. There's the side view. There's the side view. There's the front view. Perhaps you have some idea. What does that look like to you?
Oh.
Here, I'll press this on button.
Has
what does that look
boots?
Like? You're supposed to say it looks just like this. Doesn't it?
It looks just like that other thing.
It looks like an iPad, doesn't it?
Yeah, isn't it?
No. In fact,
I thought it was an iPad.
This is slightly thinner and slightly lighter than an iPad. This is the Samsung Galaxy Tab 10.1 that Google just handed out to everybody who went to the Google I/O conference.
I went to the hardware show. I got this.
You should have gone to the Google I/O conference.
I went to the wrong show.
So I thought, well, this is, first of all, this is the first tablet I've seen that in any way rivals the size of the iPad 2. It's actually slightly thinner. Battery life is actually slightly better. I'm getting, it's lasting a long, long time. In fact, I charged it this morning, and it's 94%. I mean, it's pretty remarkable. Very nice screen. One thing you'll notice that is slightly different, the iPad is a 4x3 1024 by 768 screen. This is a 1280 by 800 16:9 screen. It's widescreen, so potentially for movies and video, this would be better because it wouldn't cut off. Wouldn't have to have the black bars or cut off the edges. This is the camera application. This is another way it exceeds the iPad. The iPad has a terrible camera on it, a 0.7 megapixel camera on the back. This is a 3 megapixel, still not as good as, say, the iPhone or even a point-and-shoot camera, but a lot better than the iPad and pretty usable. That's the still camera on this. And the front camera, oops, I don't know why it wants me to log in. Oh, it's trying to go to PixelPipe. I'll fix that later. That's just the way my software is set up. It also has a front-facing camera, so you can use programs that work with front-facing cameras. Dual processor, Tegra 2, very fast processor that works quite nicely. This is a pretty nice piece of hardware. They're going to sell it for the same price as the iPad, $499 for the Wi-Fi only version. This is a Wi-Fi only version. In theory, they'll have a 3G versions through the carriers. It'll probably be subsidized. It's a beautiful screen, and the sound is better than the iPad too because it has dual speakers.
Is that the sound I'm hearing coming
left
from
and right
that
speakers?
itself?
Yep. It's quite a nice little piece of hardware. Now that's the pros. I think the hardware is spectacular, and in many ways beats the iPad 2 hardware. The negative, of course, is it's not running the iPad software. It's running Google's Honeycomb operating system. Now, Google announced that they're going to upgrade this to a newer version, 3.1, in a week or two. We haven't seen that yet, so this is still 3.0. Google admitted, in fact, a few months ago that Honeycomb really wasn't ready for prime time, that it had flaws. They rushed it out, and I'd have to say I agree. It isn't. You could see slightest hesitation.
That's a great screen there.
It's a good-looking screen.
Yeah.
Watch though, 1001,
I like
1002.
the moving backdrop.
It took a little while. Yeah, it's one of the things that I like about Android is widgets and live desktop wallpaper. That's something that you can't do on the iPad that I really, really like. I'll show you. We could change the wallpaper here. Here's all the different wallpapers. These are so-called live wallpapers because they move. So I'll put an aquarium. How about that on the background? Look at that. So we'll set that for the wallpaper.
Wow.
And it's got enough horsepower so that the wallpaper can actually be fairly complicated. There can be a lot going on in the background. This is really, it's quite a beautiful piece of hardware. I don't think that the software is quite up to the iPad standard. First of all, there aren't nearly as many applications that take advantage of the screen. A lot of the applications, I'll launch the Foursquare application. This is designed for an Android phone, and it works fine. It's not that it doesn't work. It's just that it doesn't use the screen real estate in any reasonable way. It's just got extra wide fields, extra big buttons, things like that. There are some applications designed for it, and those that are designed for it, like this is called TweetComb. It's a Twitter app designed for the tablet. I know Seismic is updating their app to work on the tablet. The ones that are designed for it use it quite nicely. It's taking a little while to load in the tweets. Let's go to another app here. This is a silly app, but I really like it. I downloaded it because I was looking for Honeycomb apps. This is an app that lets you make a grocery list. And it's actually fantastic. You notice the keyboard is very much like the iPad keyboard, just as easy to type on. And, of course, they have a little more space because it's a wider screen. So I find it very usable.
Is that on sale now then?
It will be on sale June 6th, I think, in a couple of weeks.
Oh, okay. So it's still a couple weeks.
It's a little ways off. There's my grocery list, by the way, which I think is kind of fun. Netflix is not yet out for it, but Netflix did just start coming out for Android phones. I think it's just a matter of time before it does. It supports Flash and actually plays Flash quite well. So it does have some capabilities that the iPhone cannot duplicate. And when you look at an app that's designed for it, like, say, the Google Maps application, it's really nice to have all that space in a wide angle. I think this is the first tablet I've seen that you would say, maybe I'll get this instead of an iPad. I would say you probably shouldn't yet because the software and the operating system are still considerably behind Apple. But that's not going to take long, I think, for developers and for Google itself to come up with something that can compete pretty well. So this is good news. Even if you're an iPad fan, it means that competition's on the way. That keeps innovation up and price down. This is the Pulse application, which does take advantage of it. You know, the Amazon Kindle application also takes advantage of the size of the screen. Makes it a very good screen reader, especially in portrait mode, because it's kind of taller than an iPad. So it really does feel like you're almost like you're reading a magazine. I mean, it really is, as you can see, very easy.
Yeah, it's nice.
Very easy to read. I was pretty happy with this. I think that they're awfully close, and the hardware that Samsung makes this, the hardware that Samsung is making is quite good. This is a pretty impressive first effort for an iPad killer. Weight is slightly lighter than the iPad. It's also slightly thinner than the iPad. Here's a couple of other negatives. Doesn't use a USB micro charger, a standard charger. It uses its own proprietary charger that looks just like the iPad, but it's not. So that means you have to get a cord from Samsung. It comes with one, but boy, if I lose that, I'm not going to be happy. There's no other way to charge it. Also,
is the battery replaceable?
Nope, not replaceable. This is the special edition that Google handed out that has some
I see. Okay.
special back. But no, as far as I know, this is not which is unusual because a lot of the Samsung stuff you can replace the battery of.
Again, an SD card slot?
No, although
No slot.
there is a space for one.
Okay.
And so or there was, I guess, on prototypes. So I think there will be a version that has an SD card slot. This does not. Comes with more than enough memory for now, especially because, that Google announced its Google Music initiative, and this supports that, of course. If I launch the Google Music, I've uploaded 6,000 plus songs to my Google Music account. You can get for free 20,000 songs on there. That means even though I don't have any storage space on here, I have my entire iTunes collection as long as I'm online. And if I play a song, it actually downloads it to the device and saves it for a period of time. So, if you're on an airplane, this might not be a great choice, but if you're anywhere where you can get internet access, it's pretty good. I have to say, there's a lot to like about this. Battery life better than the iPad, camera better than the iPad, operating system still a little bit behind, but maybe someday soon. I love the widgets and the live wallpaper. I'm
and priced the same, you said.
Priced exactly the same, which I think is kind of aggressive because you actually are getting more in some ways. The larger screen, the better camera, than you're going to get with a... I'm going to get sued by the Beatles. Let me press pause on that. And you're going to get on the iPad. I think this is it's exciting to see these guys. It took 3 years before there was anything that came close to the iPhone. I think the iPad's been out for a year and a couple of months. I think by the end of this year, especially if Google moves quickly to make Honeycomb a better operating system, I think this is going to end up being pretty competitive. And developers love Android. We know that. So there's lots of... Here's the IMDb program. This is actually a really nice free program that takes advantage of, as you can see, the real estate. I really can't wait to get Netflix on here. I'm sure that's just a matter of time. I guess actually maybe it isn't that tablet aware, but when you do it like this, it is. It's pretty cool. Available June 6th, I think, $4.99.
And the name of it, the official name?
The Samsung Galaxy Tab 10.1.
Okay.
That's the size of it. And that is our Turn the Table Tuesday. Notice, by the way, I have my Audible. Turkey. Turn the Table Turkey. I have my Audible on here. I'm a big Audible fan, and the Audible for Android is fantastic. I'll turn it sideways so you can see. My whole Audible list is on here. Every book I've ever purchased on Audible. If I want to listen to a book, I can just click it, and it'll start downloading, and I can listen to it. It downloads over the air, which is fantastic. It even has, great ways to sort it and great little additional things. You can buy books directly from the application and add them. It'll automatically add them. Audible's just done such a great job. Let me slide this up. Oops. Oh, maybe it doesn't slide up when we're browsing. It's done just such a great job of this application. You can get Audible app now on iPhone, Android. I think there's one on BlackBerry. Which is great because it means you don't have to sync it up. You can just have your library, and as you travel around, if you want to listen to a book, you just download it and you can listen to it. The widget on front. I can fast forward. There's the fast forward thing. Skip around. I can see more details about the application. Audible's so great. I'm a big Audible fan. If you have not yet got an Audible account, I want you to go to audible.com/GizWiz. Let me click the right button there. Audible.com/GizWiz, and you can try it free for a month.
Let me just press pause on this while I talk about Audible. Audible.com/GizWiz. You'll sign up for the gold account. That's a book a month, but your first month is free, and you can cancel at any time. So basically, that first book is free, and it's yours to keep forever and ever. That's one of the things I like about Audible is that any book that you ever subscribe to, and I have 500 books in my library, they're in your library forever. They'll always be on my Samsung Galaxy Tab, on my iPhone, on my Android phone. I can listen anytime. Ooh, look, a new book from the Devil in the White City author, The Garden in the Garden of Beasts. This guy, Eric Larson, writes these great books. Let me just see. You see how it is? In the Garden of Beasts, Love Taylor and American Terror, an American Family in Hitler's Berlin. See, that sounds... He writes these great history. This is nonfiction books about things that people don't know about. It's 1939 Berlin. William E. Dodd, America's first ambassador to Hitler's Germany. Wow, that sounds fascinating. I love it. If it's history, fiction, classics, science fiction, thrillers, it's all here at Audible.com. I want you to try it out for free. Your first book is free. The hard part's going to be picking one. Audible.com/GizWiz. Give them a try. I know you will like it. All right, Dick, are you ready to head to the warehouse?
Let's go, pal.
Yeah.
I'm in here.
Okay, he's there. Let's go. But first, I have to tell you how to get there. Wait a minute. Stop. You've got to turn left on Broadway. Hang a right on 8th Street. Go down 7th Avenue. Check out the Bowery. Visit Soho, Chelsea, and then next stop, the Gadget Warehouse. Right, Dick? Did I get it right?
Yeah, that's perfect. Must be. What do you got, a GPS there?
They're geeky and they're goofy. Together they are loopy. When gadgets pass away, he takes them out to play. In this Gadget Warehouse.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, I give you Dick DeBartolo. And this is the youngest gadget in the Gadget Warehouse.
It is. By the way, your description of how to get there reminds me of Mike Hammer. Stacy Keach did Mike Hammer, the TV series.
Yeah.
Very low budget series. And the writers never left California, never were in New York City, because Mike Hammer would say, okay, I'll meet you down by the oil rig on West End Avenue. The oil rig on West End.
The old oil rig. Oh, yeah.
And then they would do stock footage of him driving down, and you would see the Grant's Tomb, 79th Street Boat Basin, Macy's, back up to the down to the Bowery. It was, they would just get shots of New York, just splice them all together.
Yeah, that's how I get to the Gadget Warehouse.
Yeah,
Sure.
I just heard.
You know Grant's Tomb, hang a left, and you're there.
Yes, exactly. And there you're there.
There you're there.
You're there. Yes, this is. I was looking through my my CES bag, and I came across this little guy. And if you go to my website, it's probably the only place you'll ever see a picture of it, because
It looks like a piece of licorice.
Leo, this is, you know, we talked about Car Cool. They were there to see if people might be interested.
Right.
And you in the chat room said, hey, you know, that could work. This gadget is called Sticky Digits.
Okay, I don't like it already.
Yeah, all right. But they spell it STICKI digits.
Right.
So, Leo, this is quite bizarre. So you pick up, you just showed us that Samsung pad.
Yeah.
Probably cost $600. And you're terrified
Right.
that every time you pick it up, it's going to slip out of your hand.
Exactly.
Okay, so Leo, this is what you do. You get your 3 or 5 sticky digits.
Yeah.
And you
wear them
hold,
around all the time.
you hold wait. You hold the pad the way you think you would want to hold it.
Yeah.
Then you peel the backing off the sticky digit and stick it to your new $600 pad.
It puts finger holds on your tablet.
Yes, exactly. And as I was walking by the booth, I was thinking, well, that's strange. And then when I got home, I was looking at the literature, and the literature looks like that they just did them at a Photoshop because they weren't sure if they had a hit here. The only problem is now you can never put anything that you're afraid will slip out of your hand, you can never put it flat on any surface because they show a laptop, a guy holding a laptop up with 3 of those sticky fingers in the back. But now when you put the laptop on your desk,
it rocks.
it rocks. It's the rocking. Or they were suggesting you do it with your cell phone. Now, what kind of a cell phone carry case you're going to have that's going to let your cell phone?
It's true, though. You'll never drop it.
You'll never drop it. You will never. No, it is just bizarre. All I'm hoping is that Sticky Fingers was maybe some sort of rubber trim that you could buy to put on, a car or a wall. And they thought, let's just cut them into little sections, give them a name, and see if people think this is a good idea.
We could put a little
website still exists. But if you go to the website, it just says registered at GoDaddy. Would you like to buy this website?
No. I don't know if that still exists, if that counts as still exists.
Yeah, right. So
there is a website, but we don't know.
This little sticky digit went to the warehouse.
Wow.
And I think it'll be there for a very long time.
That's a minor detail, but I think an important one that once you put this on here, you can never
drop it.
You can never drop it, but
never ever do anything but hold it in your hand.
Unless you carefully apply the sticky digits evenly all around the edge, in which case
you have to have some big palm spread for that to work.
It's time for the moment you've all been waiting for. No, not the end of the show. What are you talking about? The letters, my friends. Then the end of the show. Actually, we got a ton of letters. Should I read one, then you read one, then I read one?
Yeah. You do one, I'll do one. Go ahead.
All right. This comes to us from our good friend Jan Reisman. We know Jan. She used to be that HollywoodBitch.com.
Yeah. Then she found God, didn't she? And she changed her life.
She was a dog trainer. And she had a podcast and a website, Hollywood Bitch. But then every time she came on the radio show, and I'd say, "Hey, Jan from the Hollywood Bitch," they'd bleep me. So she decided, maybe this isn't the best name. Yes, indeed, a female dog is a bitch, but apparently in other contexts, it's not a nice word. So she renamed her website Dogs and Cats 101. Not as dramatic, not as good as the Hollywood Bitch, but she's still a good friend. She calls the show periodically. And she sent us an email. She says, "OMG, you need to tell Leo about this. It is a full-size couch and pool table." Now, it can't be that good because it's only $269. I think either a couch or a pool table would cost more than that.
A lot more than that.
And they say there's free shipping.
What?
It says very sturdy, brand new, comes in black.
Is this not one of those mail letter ripoffs? You're going to open the box and it's 3 by 4 feet, is it?
So I think it's going to be really tiny. Black or brown is shown below, transforms in seconds, easy to operate, comes with a 2-week warranty.
Oh. Does it really say that?
Yeah. But no, actually it says comes with a 14-day warranty.
Well,
that's different. We have 12 of these units left, priced to sell fast. Brand new condition, free shipping on all purchases over $100.
Wow.
We are open 7 days
I think that has TWiT Brickhouse Basement written all over it. And, I could sleep on there when I come out.
You could. And you could sleep underneath and we'll play pool above you. That won't bother you, will it?
Not at all. Not
Keep you awake?
At all.
That's great. In case you want to buy it, kathysfurniture.com. I think that's kind of cool. I think we could have a run. By the way, Jan is also known, besides being Dogs and Cats 101, she is a former, what do they call the waitresses at the Playboy Club? A bunny.
Bunnies?
Yeah. She was never nude in the magazine. She was a waitress. Here's her Dogs and Cat website. But she also has a website about bunnies, and she wants to make a documentary about life after Playboy. It's a pilot for actually a web series called Baby Boomer Bunnies, and she's trying to raise money for it on Indiego.
So if you go to xbunny.com, exbunny.com, you can see Jan's video. There's only 34 hours left. So quick, get over there. She needs $5,000 to make this video. And then perhaps someday, Bunny Jan will be famous. That's pretty cool. And she has another website. I think it's called, I can't see if I can find it, afterthehutch.com or something like that. That is a place where former Playboy Club bunnies gather to talk and reminisce. Kind of interesting.
Yeah, it is. It is.
All right, your turn. Your letter.
Okay, my first letter, I'm going to read two also, comes from David Eckhart, who says, you are mistaken on the lack of a microphone input jack on an iPod Touch.
Oh, man, did I get the letters on that one.
Oh, yeah. Either that or I have not been using a mic on my second generation Touch for the past couple of years. But after listening to you and Leo, that's always a possibility. The secret is to get a headphone cord or a set of earbuds that has the 4-part jack. Due to a hearing loss, I use a pair of Quiet Comfort 15s, an upgrade from the previous 2s if you turn them in. Something else I didn't know is that at some Bose stores, they will give you a trade-in of half the value of whatever you're trading in toward the new version of the same thing.
Neat. Those are the Bose noise.
The Bose Quiet Comfort.
Yeah.
He said, I spent a rather obscene amount of money on the Bose mobile communications kit. And I looked it up. The kit's $40, and it has every conceivable kind of jack for various phones. And evidently, you can use one of those jacks on the Touch to then use a regular audio microphone, not for making phone calls, but a regular handheld microphone. He says, I use mine for the Dragon Dictate, which is the program that you talk and it sends the text back. I'm betting if you go outdoors and shoot more stuff with your Touch, it'll be possible to find a decent mic that makes use of the 4-part jack iPod Touches have.
That would be nice because it's always noisy where for some reason you only shoot in noisy spots.
Yeah. Although the thing I just did at the convention center, I did have a little handheld Audio Technica mic, so it was better, I think. Okay, your turn you have a letter?
I have another letter. This comes to us from Jeff Pinn, who is 54 years old. I don't know why he put that in the letter.
I know, he writes this quite often, and he always writes, Dick, I am 54 years old. I should write back and say, Jeff, you've been written me 3 years in a row now. You should be 57.
I could see if you were 12, but 54, I don't know. I think you don't need to announce that anymore.
No, only, Betty White had it right. Betty White corrects people. They say, I saw her in an interview, and the guy said, Betty White, you're 88. And she said, no, I'm 88 3/4. And she said, there's a point and she said, I don't know what year it was where you start telling people that they have how old you are incorrect. But you're right. 54 is an age where who cares?
Who cares at this point? Good day, writes Jeff Pinn. I think the world of Dick DeBartolo. Oh, well, you just lost some credibility there, Jeff. And Ayaz Akhtar. He's our newest hire, our co-host on Tech News Today with Tom Merritt and Sarah Lane. Please consider them a new team for this concept program. In these ever-changing times, I must admit I get lost. Lost trying to keep up. Lost knowing which are the internet essentials. How about a TWiT Chiron saying, dump your Facebook password hours after dumping a Sony password from their violation? You have so many wonderful shows. What I need is sage advice, must-haves, and others that ought to be avoided with great alacrity. I'm tired of experimenting, trying out Google's new brainstorm and missing Windows 7 OS altogether. It is frustrating not knowing whom I can trust, and I know you will consider this a show called The Cogent Twit, or Twit 24. I don't know what the hell he's talking about. He just wants us to, like, every once in a while come on and say, dump your Facebook password. That'll be a short show.
Yeah.
Dump your Facebook password, and now on to the GizWiz.
We could super that at the bottom. We could just super that at the bottom.
Just put it at the bottom.
Yeah.
Cogent Twit.
Cogent Twit. Well, you see, I sent it on to you figuring, well, Leah will know. Okay.
Do you know how many program ideas I get every day?
I bet.
Dozens.
You are like the Mark Goodson of podcasting.
Well, and what I tell people is, the ideas aren't hard. That's easy. The hard part is the execution, getting a host and figuring out how to make it work and getting people to watch it. So I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, I can think of ideas of shows I'd love to do, but then we got to make them. I found that's a little more difficult. Anyway, it's fine. I love seeing the ideas.
Isn't it?
I love seeing the ideas, and we get lots of great ideas. I don't think I've yet produced a show based on something that came over the transom, as it were, but you never know. You never know. As long as you understand that I am not going to reward you, I'm not going to pay you, I may not even give you credit. I'm basically going to steal any idea you send me, just so you know.
Okay, well, that's very different than the Goodson-Todman contract. Okay.
Really? Would they like you came with an idea, they'd give you money for it?
Oh, no. Well, no. First of all, they pretty much only a secretary could read an idea.
Right, because that's actually how it was at Tech TV. Because
and that's the way it is at Mad. People send me ideas, and I go, I cannot read your idea, right. And it's bad at Mad because we're all trying to think of satires on something that's very current. And
so you
if
get
you
all
send
these
that idea,
ideas.
yes,
Right.
yes, and we're writing the same thing. They go, "Oh, Mad stole my,"
I sent them that idea. Where's my money? So I got to tell you right up front, send me all the ideas you want, but I ain't paying you a penny for it. You're giving them to me.
Wow.
Does that get me off the hook?
Yeah.
The problem is
you're getting no ideas either, but it's good.
The problem is, if you think of it, the chances are pretty good that somebody here has also thought of it. There aren't that many ideas for podcasts. So the chances are we've already thought of it.
Good. Once the Daily GizWiz got the last of
Boy,
the
do
good
I regret
ideas.
that.
Don't you think so?
I'm never taking another idea from you. No, it's been actually. I think this was my idea. I take all credit for this one.
Oh, okay. On Facebook today, people are very clever. I haven't checked in yet. On Facebook, I started podcast awards. The weekly Daily GizWiz cannot fail to win, such as best podcast hosted by a man with a big mustache and a guy with gray hair sitting on a blue ball in Petaluma.
I think we won that one.
Yeah, we got it knocked. We got it made. All right, my second and final letter. I want to say I really enjoy the weekly Daily GizWiz. I really like the new theme song that Dan Luters does.
Oh, good.
I especially like the one with the kids singing. I've been a fan of the show since 2007. I enjoy the Turn the Tables Tuesday song as well. Of course, now it's the famous Turn the Table Turkey song. And my favorite gadget was the Franklin Language Master. I used to have one of I enjoy the show, and I hope the laughter and fun continues for a long time.
I hope the laughter and fun starts at some point.
Yeah, I know. Jeremy Levy. I wrote back. I said, Jeremy, the laughter and fun will continue for a long time, and we'll probably do the weekly Daily GizWiz too.
See, over the wordsmith.
Yeah. Well, you know what? We actually did that when Bill died. We took the last page, a full page in the New York Times with Alfred, and the first time Alfred ever had a tear in his eye. Oh. And at the bottom it says, Bill, the laughter and hilarity and craziness will continue, ... And oh yeah, we'll publish the magazine too.
Dixon, he says he likes the Dan Luters Very Brady GizWiz. I shall play that as our closing theme.
Yeah.
But before I do, I should say goodbye because it's costing us way too much for long distance, and I'm going to hang up.
Okay. I'll be here. Jeremy, this is for you.
Bye-bye. Oh, I have to push this button.
Time.
Here's a story about a GizWiz theme song with the shows to go from 5 days down to 1.
5 to 1.
For brand new weeks for Gadget Warehouse Friday. They all had to go. Does the GizWiz need a brand new lousy theme song?
No!
Is the sport crazy mixed up spoon and fork? Let's have Dick and Leo maybe sing a new one. No! So the weekly Daily GizWiz theme was born. Weekly Daily GizWiz. A weekly GizWiz. A lousy theme for the weekly
And we'll see you next time. Bye-bye.
I'll be here.